Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin this video by asking you guys this simple question. Do you think Rigathi Gachagua will get justice in courts? Let me reframe the question a bit and make it a bit clear. Do you think Martha Koome, for that matter the judiciary, will stop William Ruto, the executive for that matter, from impeaching Rigathi Gachagua and installing Professor Abraham Kindiki? Because you all know that William Ruto engineered the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. And what Rigathi Gachagua is currently trying to do is trying to stop that process. And his prayers are that the courts will listen to him. And therefore, I don't know how they are going to operate should the courts grant him justice. But I've been observing Rigathi Gachagua's strategy in court because I've been following the proceedings. And in my own understanding, Rigathi Gachagua is well aware about the outcome of the court proceeding. And what Rigathi Gachagua is trying to do now is to thwart all those attempts. As a matter of fact, in my view, Rigathi Gachagua is trying to mark time.
That Honorable Mrima is a close associate to the proposed Deputy President, one Mr. Kithure Kindiki, and that the said judge failed, refused, or neglected to disclose those facts to the parties at the inception. The basis of the application to expurge that particular paragraph is on the basis that the same has been linked to the affidavit sworn in petition 015. Paragraph 16, that Lady Justice Mugambi is conflicted as she should recuse herself, as she was Mr. Kithure Kindiki's LLM student at Moi University.
We have no LLM program at Moi University.
You will have your time to submit, sir. Stop itching. And that's why I'm expunging it. That's why I'm expunging this paragraph. That is what my client said. A crucial issue that she failed and or refused to disclose to the parties. My client has learned that she was not an LLM there and that she only took her degree in that university.
And one of the areas or one of the mistakes William Ruto committed, which was going to help Rigathi Gachagua continue marking time, was to allow a lawyer to represent him. William Ruto was represented by a team of lawyers. And today, the lawyers representing the president announced that they were withdrawing from that case.
Bring to the attention of the court that we shall no longer be acting for the sixth respondent in this matter, and to that effect we have filed a notice to cease acting on account of the Supreme Court decision that determined that the president cannot be subject to civil proceedings. So in that regard, we will not be able to act contrary to an express court order, and we have therefore filed a notice to cease acting, and we ask the court to deem that to be a sufficient notice that the person named as the sixth respondent is now unrepresented in these proceedings.
Thank you, Dr. Kamotho. However, we are not inclined to do anything this afternoon except the business of the two files before the court. After that, we can take directions as may be necessary.
Most obliged.
So when do you think William Ruto's lawyers decided to withdraw from that case? Because remember the other day, the lawyers for William Ruto told the court that Rigathi Gachagua ought not to have appealed And when they did that, most Kenyans saw the hands of William Ruto in the removal of Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, most Kenyans were now like, okay, we can now see the sponsor of that particular motion to remove Rigathi Gachagua from office. So the question is, why do you think they decided to withdraw? In this video, I want to give you those reasons. But before you do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very brief because today I was in Siaya, came back a bit late. And of course, there is Willis Ayeko, the man who was killed. He attended some funeral in Siaya, went missing, was found murdered in a, I don't know what's happening in Kenya, but it is a sad situation. Huh?
This evening, the last straw that broke the camel's back is today. We went with my brothers, Reverend Wachanga, one of them, to look for him. We wanted to see the last place where the vehicle stopped, because that is where I thought he was stopped last. And it came true, because it was around that place that they had stopped. They dragged him, we found a naked man. With his clothes, he was not naked, but he was cut. The breasts are not there, the eyes are gone out, the ears are cut, the nose is cut, the mouth is cut. Why? Why die such a painful death? Was that robbery? I don't think. I have stayed in this earth. Willis is not, biologically he's my father's son. But mentally, I mentored him. I took him to school. Therefore, with authority, I can say that was not normal robbery. Where were they taking the parts? They are taking it to somebody who had assigned them the duty to say that we have done it. Therefore, I don't know who killed my brother and what we want. Help us. If you have a team that can investigate, help us investigate and find the killers. We will be happy. If we don't have much, we just want to cool down, pray. We have pastors here like Rosen, they will pray for us.
But let us focus on this particular issue. Why do you think William Ruto's lawyers decided to withdraw from this case today? Number one, in my view, I think William Ruto's lawyers realized very late that they made tactical blunder. And that's why they've decided now to withdraw. If you've been following these proceedings and even the commentaries online, let me read for you one of the posts by Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, the senior counsel. This is what Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi posted earlier before these guys decided to withdraw. He said, two matters that have the potential to delay the application to discharge the conservatory orders staying the impeachment of Honorable Rigathi Gachagua are twinkling in the skies. Number one, I saw from TV clips that His Excellency William Ruto swore an affidavit in the suit before court. Terrible mistake if that is true. Only a rocky lawyer will make that mistake. The 90s case law on attempt to cross-examine President Arap Moi provides viable lessons in that regard. I am sure Gachagua's lawyers will not pass that opportunity to have the president on the dock. So I think they realized that it was a mistake, because in the Republic of Kenya, a president cannot be subjected to a civil proceedings. So now it's William Ruto's lawyers filing affidavits before court and are actually willing to defend the president. A man who is not subject to any civil proceedings. And because I began by telling you that Rigathi Gachagua's strategy is to delay this court process. They want to delay it because they're seeking for justice and they know they will not get that justice. Because at the end of the day, in my view, Kindiki is going to be sworn in as the president, but he wants to delay. They were going to challenge the presence of William Ruto's lawyers. That would take them another 1 or 2 days. And that's what they are actually enjoying. So I think they realized that that was a very big mistake on them. So to run away from that, simply withdraw. That's exactly what they've done. Number 2, they're also going to expose William Ruto's hands in this. Number 2, they were also going to expose William Ruto's hands in the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. You see, Rigathi Gachagua never. Number 2, they were also going to expose William Ruto's hands in the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Because so far, William Ruto has not commented on that particular impeachment, at least directly. But we all know that it is William Ruto who engineered that impeachment. Rigathi Gachagua and his lawyers were actually going to respond to those affidavits. And of course, they were also going to bring new line of defense. I can tell you, William Ruto was going to be implicated. So they didn't want, because Rigathi Gachagua is out to milk any political capital out of these proceedings. So if you ask me, they realized that mistake, that by proceeding, we are going to expose our client. So William Ruto would rather just stay wherever he is, let the Senate deal with the matter, let, apart from the Senate, let the lawyers deal with the matter and other interested parties, not him as the president. Well, of course, he cannot be taken before any civil proceedings. So they realized they were going to expose the president. In fact, the way the Gachagua lawyers are approaching this matter, they were ready. I think they were really waiting for that moment. So that's the other reason. Number 3, they are now trying to shield Ruto from attacks, both by the public and from Rigathi Gachagua's lawyers. You know, it was going to be very interesting to see Lawyer Njiru cross-examining William Ruto's lawyers. It was going to be very interesting. Their kind of defense, their line of defense. How are they going to defend Rigathi Gachagua? How are they going to deal with William Ruto's lawyers? So I think these guys realized, okay, we've made this mistake. So the only way for us, let us withdraw. Let us save William Ruto. Let us save our client. So that's number 3. And lastly, you see, Rigathi Gachagua is keen on achieving some political objectives from this case. William Ruto appearing through his lawyers was sweet music to Rigathi Gachagua's lawyers, because it provides them with that political opportunity. Rigathi Gachagua is well aware that there is no way he's going to win this case. If anything, there is no way. At the end of the day, the government will have his way. Because I've been looking at the way William Ruto planned and executed this thing. And even the way some lawyers are insisting that they must listen to this case. The way even the bench was formed on a Saturday. Rigathi Gachagua is aware, but he was waiting to drag William Ruto really in the mud. So these guys saw the intention and sought for the withdrawal. So I don't know what your thoughts are, but if you were to ask me, maybe William Ruto team did a good thing by shielding William Ruto from the mud from the Rigathi Gachagua. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.